Yo, what's going on, guys? With the release of MLB The Show 17 just occurring, that means we've seen all the ratings for players, and that means there's gonna be guys that should have had better ratings and should have had worse ratings. And that's what we're discussing today. We're going over some of the 5 craziest player ratings that I've come across so far in MLB The Show 17. Most of these guys are, now I didn't dig deep into the lower 70-ish overall players, but what I did dig into was some of the guys 80 plus overalls. And real quick before we start, shout out to my boy Rick Porcello, 85 overall. He didn't make this list, but 85 overall. The guy won the Cy Young last year. I understand the reason they gave him somewhat of an low overalls because the years past weren't his greatest, but come on, best pitcher in the MLB as far as the AL is concerned last year, 85 overall. I don't know about that one, but we're gonna stick with number 5 here. No particular order, I guess, but we're gonna stick with number 5 here on Boston. My boy Mookie Betts. I had this guy projecting him somewhere around the 97 to 99 overall range going into this year. Besides Mike Trout, this guy is about as close to a 5-tool player as you can get. 31 home runs last year, 318 batting average, 113 RBIs, 26 stolen bases, a career 304 hitter, so there's no excuse for the past 3 years or anything. He's the reigning Gold Glove winner. He has it all. Personally, I think he should be at least a 96. Like I said, 5-tool player. But instead, they're just kind of disrespecting him with them stats over there for the fielding. And then there is Kyle Hendricks. Do you know what this guy's ERA was going into like most of the season? It was sub 2. He finished with a 2.13 ERA, 0.98 whip, and he's only an 87 overall. I think that is deserving of well over an 87. And you can be like, oh, well, he's not a strikeout pitcher, so that kind of hurts. But there's still so many other categories that he should be higher in that could get that overall up over an 87. And again, I know he had a meh kind of 2015 season, but in his 3 years in the league, he's had a sub 3 ERA and a 1.07 whip in his 3 years. Finished 3rd in the Cy Young voting last year, only an 87 overall. I can't get past the fact that he had a 2.13 ERA last year and is only an 87 overall. I think that's incredible for any pitcher. No excuses at all, and they only give him an 87. Then we got Mark Trumbo. Moving over to another hitter, Mark Trumbo. Okay, I know. His average is not good. Not the greatest. Average ain't a strong suit. But there's other power hitters out there that have higher overalls than this guy with similar stat lines. And this guy's hit 47 bombs last year. Led the league in home runs. Show him some respect. And to be fair, 256 isn't that bad. I don't know how you only give him a 90 and an 85 on the power, though, when you knock in 47 over the fence during the year. But hey, at the very least, he should be gold, I think. At least an 85. I mean, come on, 47 home runs. And then we're moving back over to the pitchers. Jeurys Familia of the Mets. Just because this guy beats the ladies doesn't mean he deserves to be punished for it, all right? 85 overall. What is this? An 85? He had an 86 last year. Mets fans will be the first ones to tell you, this guy, he was not the hottest in the playoffs for in the past couple years, more than likely, but hey. But besides that, if you want to go from an ERA standpoint, last year was his worst year out of the last 3, and he had 51 saves and led the league. But a 2.55 ERA, he had a 1.85 ERA in 2015, a 2.21 in 2014. The guy was snubbed a lot last year, I think, when he was an 86. And I thought for sure he was going to see an 87, 88, some sort of bump this year. But instead, a downgrade? Guy should be at least a 90 overall, in my opinion. He's very underrated. Now that I'm on the subject of these closers, that leaves me with number 1. Undoubtedly. I don't know how this has got to be the biggest surprise to me, undoubtedly. Zach Britton. The guy's unbelievable. The guy had a record-breaking closer season last year. Record-breaking. And he even the best closer in the game. Heck, he hardly cracks the top 3 for relievers. A 0.54 ERA last year with 47 saves. What more do you want the guy to do? He's got to be the only guy in the league whose whip's higher than his ERA. That isn't, got like a 27 whip and 15 ERA or something. You know what I'm getting at here. And that's insane. Completely blows my mind. And it's not like it was a fluke year. He hasn't had an ERA over 1.92 since 2013. 4 years ago. Stand up, Orioles fans. Tell him what's good. Tell him this guy should be at least, a 95? He should be the number 1 closer in the league right now. How can you deny him that? Putting up a 0.54 ERA last year. Come on. Let's see it. I want to hear some guys you guys think were some crazy stats as well who should have been higher. Maybe you think there's guys that should have been lower. Maybe you guys want to see a video on guys that should have been lower. Let me know. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.